Welcome to Minutes with Lynnis, brought to you by Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond. Embark on this journey with me, Lynnis Minutes, your certified holistic living and wellness expert for women over 40, as we explore tips for an ever-growing mind, body, and spirit in just a few minutes. Hello, and welcome to Lynnis Minutes. And we're going to be talking about something that I have been thinking about for quite some time, and that has to do with meditation. And the reason why I've been thinking about it is it's that probably one of my main goals in life right now, especially in midlife, is to find a sense of peace. Let me adjust myself a little bit. Find a sense of peace. I think peace is a big deal for me. And being able to relax and get rid of anxiety and stress, because as you know, I am a survivor of having been a anxiety disorder survivor. I like to call that. I am an anxiety disorder survivor. And I value the idea of not feeling that feeling. I don't know if you remember or not, but one of the things that I used to suffer from with my anxiety disorder is that I felt like I was going straight downhill in a roller coaster every morning, straight downhill. That was the feeling that I had, a horrible feeling. And one of the ways that I began to get rid of some of my anxiety, there were a lot of different methods that I used, but one of them was meditation. Meditation kind of helped me get back in control of my thoughts. And let me just say real quickly, first of all, what meditation is not. Meditation is not a religion. It is secular. Any religion can do meditation. Meditation is not prayer. You're not praying to another God or anything like that, although you can use meditation to meditate on scripture or affirmations or whatever phrase or word you want to meditate on. Meditation is talked about in the Bible. It said that David meditated on the word day and night. So for those of you who are thinking that because the idea and concept of meditation comes from the East, which is not necessarily, traditionally Christian. For those of you who are Christians out there, that's not true. They do talk about meditation in the Bible, but this is not about religion or anything else. This is a practice, a holistic practice that you can use to relieve your stress and your anxiety. And I have been learning it for years. The other thing, and I'll mention this again in the presentation that I put together for you, is that meditation is a practice, okay? You have to practice it constantly. So many people talk about meditation. They say, well, one of the problems is that, while I'm doing it, I can't stop thinking about other thoughts coming into my mind. This is so hard. And it's a practice. And you do get better at it over time, and you will begin to see some results immediately when you start meditating, even if you think that it's not like you see on TV, like it's just perfect and you go somewhere else and then you come back and you're like, whoa, I feel better. It doesn't quite work like that, but over time you will begin to see a difference. And it's so important that we figure out ways to relieve stress, because if we continue to allow our stress to fester, then it can lead to other stuff. So today on Lynnis Minutes, I wanted to take a few minutes out to go over 4 ways that you may want to meditate. And actually, I think I'm going to cover 3 ways. I don't know if I'm going to cover 4 now, but let's see. Is it going to be 4 ways or 3? Let's see. Okay. First thing is that let's talk about what meditation is. And I kind of already covered that already, but meditation involves, sitting in a relaxed position and clearing your mind. You may focus on a sound like Om, you've heard that before, or on your own breathing, or focus on nothing at all. You can also focus on a word or a scripture. It's necessary to have at least 5 to 20 minutes to spend free. And I recommend that you take at least the first, maybe 3 to 5 minutes the first time out. Longer meditation sessions bring greater benefits, but sometimes starting slowly can help you maintain the practice long term. And that's, many times we set these goals for ourselves and they're great goals, but they're just so far reaching that we find ourselves, quitting that new thing that we're going to be doing to change our lifestyle. So I would suggest that you start out maybe 3 to 5 minutes. It's helpful to be in a silent place, have a little privacy. But a lot of practice meditators can meditate anyway at a subway station or something. Many practitioners of meditation attach a spiritual component to it, but as I mentioned before, this is a secular exercise. It can be tied to your religion or not. It's a skill that you can learn over time. Just remember, like I said before, it's a meditation practice, not meditation perfect. And meditation involves, sitting in a relaxed position and clearing your mind. You need to have at least, as I said, 5 minutes free to spend. As I said, again, it's helpful to have a silence and privacy. Meditation can be spiritual or secular. Meditation is a skill that can be learned, and meditation can be done at any time. Many people prefer for it to be at the start of their day, but it all is a personal preference. When it comes to the benefits of meditation, there are many. It can reverse your stress response, your heart rate and breathing will slow down, blood pressure is minimized. It can also help you with your adrenal glands as it produces less cortisol. And cortisol, especially in midlife, is what's secreted that thickens us. That's why my arms are getting thicker and got this little weird belly thing going on that I've never had before. That all comes from cortisol, which increases as we get older, but especially when we're under stress. You can, by meditation, you use oxygen more efficiently because you're focused on the breath. It can help improve your immune function. It also helps to clear the mind. It can help you increase your creativity. And I've been testing that, and I've had some success with that because, I create my products and my services. And so sometimes I just get stuck, like a writer's cramp or something. I will stop and meditate. And then all of a sudden, something comes into my spirit that's creative, and then I'm able to move on. And it's easier to give up life-damaging habits. Interesting. I find that when I'm not meditating, I have a tendency to want to snack on stuff that's not good for me, a tendency to do other things that I know aren't the best thing for me. I think by meditating, it helps to discipline you overall, to want to live a better lifestyle. So I think that the benefits of meditation are wonderful for your mind, your body, and your spirit. And it's definitely something you should consider doing if you haven't already. Now, people ask, well, how do you meditate? Well, it's a very simple process, and I have one laid out for you for beginners. And we can do something right now. We can try it right now. And we can take a second. And a couple of things that I want you to be aware of. First of all, there are very different methods of meditation. This is just one very simple one. Second, you want to relax. No one is watching you or judging you. Just relax. And the third thing is you want to focus on words you are saying, if you're going to be saying words out loud. And if your mind wanders, just shift it back to your breathing or the words you're saying. And remember, it's a meditation practice, not perfect. So what I suggest that you do is that you choose a phrase or word that you want to focus on or say. Like, for instance, I put here, I am feeling calm, peace, and joy now. It's a very secular statement, very uplifting and positive. And what I would do when I first started meditating is I would read that above meditation 3 times out loud. And each time I would read it, I would place emphasis on a different word. So I would say, I am feeling calm, peace, and joy now. I am feeling calm, peace, and joy now. I am feeling calm, peace, and joy now. Okay. And I would just begin to say that particular mantra, if you will, or saying or affirmation. And then I would take a deep breath, exhale and repeat. Take a deep breath, exhale and repeat, and then close my eyes. And then slowly repeat, I am feeling calm, peace, and joy now. I am feeling calm, peace, and joy now. And as you're saying those words, you can say it silently to yourself and just begin to focus on saying those words and take a deep cleansing breathing as you're saying those words, and just spend a few moments, and in this case, I would say, a minute or two, just enjoying the silence. I am feeling calm, peace, and joy now. And say it to yourself. Okay, just open your eyes. Now that was just for a few minutes. And I don't know if you felt anything or not, but just for those few minutes, a few seconds, I guess, I felt a sense of calm and peace. In fact, my voice is even lower. Before I was like, ah! Now I'm a little bit calmer. My energy level is always very, very high. But sometimes that very high energy level is not always appropriate. So sometimes what I will do is say, whoa, okay, I'm racing. Let me stop. And I calm myself down. I wish my parents probably wish they knew something about this when they were raising me, because I was just like a spinning top all the time. Can you imagine the energy I have now, how I was when I was 6? So something like this is actually can be very good for your children, your grandchildren, you know, people in your family who you know need to figure out how to calm. And children do meditate, by the way, and they do very well with it. There are even some schools that teach meditation to help people, to help them learn how to cope with the stress that's in our everyday lives. Okay. Now, there are other ways to meditate. Now, that was just one that I just showed you, okay? And so that was the one. There's also guided awareness, aromatherapy meditation, and crystal meditation. Now, with guided awareness meditation, and that's like the lady who's sitting down right now, maybe she's listening to someone do a guided meditation, the lady in the left-hand corner there. It's very effective for relaxation and getting calm and for cultivating positive emotions like gratitude and compassion. In guided awareness meditation, you're using the same basic meditation, but instead of using an affirmation, scripture, or mantra, you are using the voice of a teacher that's guiding you through a visualization journey. Many beginners like this form of meditation because they have a guide who's speaking, and all they are doing is just listening to what the person is saying. So I have done guided awareness meditations for my clients, and I record it ahead of time. I send it to them, and many times it has to do with visualization. And sometimes the visualization might have to do with what they've told me that they're believing in God for, or what they want to accomplish, or whatever. So I create a guided awareness meditation that helps them to see them doing that thing and to see them moving towards their goals and the things that that they want to achieve. Now, aromatherapy meditation is very powerful because you're using smells. Scent is a very powerful trigger for the brain. And aromatherapy meditation uses scent as your gateway to quiet that chattering mind and to put you more in the present moment. In aromatherapy meditation, you can use a scent to help you foster in certain kinds of feelings or certain kinds of ways of being. And I'm going to go over a couple of aromatherapy scents that you might want to use. And all you do is you just place a few drops in your palms, and you slowly rub both your hands together. And then you just bring it in and focus on the aroma. And then you drop your hands and proceed with your meditation practice. It can be very impactful. The cool thing with this practice is that you can breathe in that scent, and anytime during the course of the day, before you wash your hands, or even after you wash your hands, you can still smell that scent. And after a while, by using aromatherapy meditation, if you just smell that scent, it automatically puts you in a place of calm, or whatever it is you were fostering in, happiness or joy, whatever it is that you wanted to foster in or bring into your existence. Another thing is crystal meditation. Crystals are basically just stones. They aren't magic or anything like that, but crystals do give off an energy and emit measurable frequencies. That is why they use crystals for lasers and for watches. So this is not woo-woo. This is definitely science. And it's another thing that, our creator has given us that's natural that we can use to usher in a sense of calm. And crystals can also be used for vocal points. You can hold them in your hand and feel that particular energy that the crystal is emanating. I've used crystal meditation before, and I'm going to go over some of the scents and the crystals that you might want to use. For aromatherapy, you might want to use lavender, which brings in relaxation, orange, which is for happiness and relief from anxiety, which is one of my favorites. I use orange all the time. I still use it today. If I just smell the scent of oranges, it kind of makes me feel a little bit calmer because of all the years I've been using it for my meditation. Peppermint is for mental clarity. And I do use peppermint when I need to focus on something. Sometimes in my meditation, I'll put some peppermint in my hand and breathe it in, and it helps me to be more alert. But it also is good for stress relief. And it is good, by the way, for headaches. So many different things. These essential oils are great for other things, all kinds of things. We're talking specifically right now about meditation. Rose is a heart opening type of thing. It ushers in the feeling of compassion and love, and vanilla is for warmth and comfort. All of these scents are wonderful to use for meditation. They're also wonderful to use to diffuse in your home, to kind of relieve the stress and anxiety that might be felt, or in a special room like in here in my prayer room. I usually have some kind of aromatherapy candle or something that's burning all the time. The other thing you want to think about is using crystals for aromatherapy. Rose quartz is one of my favorite, and that's for love. Amethyst is a calming, and I have an example. I just have to see, I have one right here. Here's an amethyst crystal right here that I hold sometimes, and it does give me a sense of calm. Black tourmaline is very grounding. I know you've seen some of those black stones before. That's black tourmaline, and usually it has some kind of vein running through it, red or orange sometimes. Clear quartz, it's all around balancing, and it amplifies your energy, like the energy of joy, the energy of calmness, and so on. So if you want to feel more calm and you have a clear quartz, you can just hold on to that and focus on that, and the energy will help to balance you out. Carnelian is for happiness. I love carnelian. I don't have one. I've been looking for one for a while. Carnelian is that greenish color. It's beautiful. I'd love to have that. And pyrite is for success and good luck and prosperity and blessings. So those are some of the kinds of stones that you can use. I really do believe that aromatherapy is a wonderful way to usher in a sense of peace and calm, even if you're not feeling like it. Even if you think that it is too difficult for you to get to that place. I can tell you right now that that's not the case, that many times we are our own worst enemies by the things that we tell ourselves. And I've been talking to you a lot about the importance of taking care of ourselves and putting ourselves first. And I just wanted to remind you about the trip to Costa Rica. A lot of people have been calling me about it. And so I thought I would share again some specifics of what you need to think about when you look at the idea of going to Costa Rica. Let me see if you can see this or not. Okay, this might be you today. Okay, and we've gone over this before. You know, you're tired, you're miserable, you're not feeling good, you have anxiety, your sleeplessness. And as you think about Costa Rica and the idea of going on this wonderful retreat for 6 days and 7 days and 6 nights. As you're beginning to think about the idea and visualizing this in your meditation, just think about this. This is how you can be feeling afterwards. A lot of people say, well, what's your why, Lynnis? Why are you going? And I'll tell you why I'm going to Costa Rica. I need to disconnect from my business, from my family. I just need to be in a different environment where I can connect with myself. And I talk about with women about connecting with themselves and self-care and self-love and nutrition and fitness and all of that stuff all the time for other people. But sometimes when we're talking about ourselves, it's difficult for us to apply that to our lives all the time. And I'm definitely one who wants to look more like this as I move forward in my life. I want to be able to remember how to relax more, how to have joy, how to enjoy life more. And I want to take that retreat thing that we'll be working on and learning about and take it back home with me. And that's what we're going to be teaching all those who attend on what to do. So, are you really ready? I think everybody's ready to put yourself first, escape from all the stress and obligations, bask in joy, fun, and ease, and tap into the you've been longing to become, and relax like never before. And on one of my Lynnis Minutes, Sharing is Caring, I'm going to have some of the people who've made the commitment to go on the retreat come on and let them share with you what their why is, because everybody is looking for an opportunity to immerse in relaxation. Who doesn't want to relax? Let go, let God, and just totally relax. Release all of your cares and, gain some inner peace, rediscover your self-awareness, connect with nature, which is something that we probably don't do enough of, and love the natural you. Love yourself in your own habitat. As I was talking about the other day in one of my Facebook sharings, learning to, if you're not already doing it, being apologetically you. And if you are unapologetically you, and if you're already there, then really immersing yourself in that. I love the idea. Of achieving a feeling of peace and self-love that you can have even after you leave the retreat. And think about joining us in Costa Rica. Wonderful women who've made a decision they want to connect with themselves and connect with other women who want to experience basically almost like heaven on earth, heaven on earth retreat in Costa Rica. And, I just realized that you might be, let me see. Okay, I can see now that you couldn't see what I was looking at. Let me go back real quickly, real quick. I'm sorry, I didn't share the screen. This is you today, you tomorrow, you in the future if you make that decision. And are you ready to? We talked about put yourself first, escape from all the stress, bask in joy, relax like never before, and gaining inner peace, self-awareness, connecting with nature and loving the natural you, and achieving peace and joining us in Costa Rica. I didn't know I didn't share my screen. Oh, well, for the Heaven on Earth retreat. And, I think that it's time for us to not only release our stress, but rid ourselves of that sense of overwhelm. I get that a lot. Sometimes I just feel overwhelmed with everything that I'm doing. And the idea of being able to be with a group of women who have some of the same priorities that I do, that are ready to regroup, revitalize, restore their mind, body, and soul, and just connect and develop that sisterhood. And these may be women that you don't know, or maybe you're going to go with your girlfriend, which would be great if you want to go with your girlfriend, because we still are offering that girlfriend getaway special where you get $200 off of each one of your fees for the retreat. So it's time for you to pay attention to your mental health, your emotional and spiritual health, and your overall wellness for your mind, body, and spirit, because I think many times we compromise on that. So we did have 10 self-care retreat opportunities available, but now we have 6. And we still have the girlfriend getaway special that's going on until the end of this month. And I just think that you should really think about the idea of spending time with like-minded people, relaxing, restoring, and renewing your mind, body, and spirit, and basically just loving life and getting centered. So make an appointment with me. Go to wellnesswoman40.com. That's wellnesswoman40.com. And make an appointment so we can talk about the retreat in more detail. I want to find out what you're looking for in a retreat, because this is going to be tailor-made for the 10 women who go. There's going to be a little bit of all of you in this retreat. And here's the fun part. As we're going down this journey together and preparing to go to Costa Rica in March of 2020, we'll be meeting at least 3 or 4 times, getting to know each other, and also talking about the retreat, fine-tuning what our program is going to be, and kind of getting ourselves pre-treat ready, so that once we get to Costa Rica, we are fully immersed in the idea of taking good care of our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. So sorry about not sharing with it initially. I get so excited when I talk about that. But again, if you're interested in finding out more about how to get involved with this wonderful retreat, just message me on Facebook and I'll send you my link, or go to wellnesswoman40.com. That's wellnesswoman40.com, and click on the Costa Rica retreat banner, and it will take you to the page that tells you all about the retreat and how to get in touch with me so we can chat about you making that commitment to be well in your mind, body, and spirit, and putting yourself on the front burner and doing something extra special for you. Well, thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed listening about the 4 ways to meditate. If you decide that you're going to take up meditation as a practice, or if you're deciding you're going to increase your meditation, let me know how it works for you and if it's helping you, because I really care about you and the idea of you being well in your mind, body, and spirit. And meditation is one way to get there. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you have something to share, please comment below. For more Wellness Woman videos, be sure to click the subscribe button below and check out my Facebook group, Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond. But most importantly, don't forget to love yourself and educate, encourage, and empower your mind, body, spirit wellness.